Yo, so I got lucky on this disco Elysium. I was like, let me go try to knock this dude out again. I punched him in the throat, fucked up his neck and shit, and then he did a 360 kick. And he's on the ground now, so I could press the button.
As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses into his head rolling to the side.
Oh damn, did I kill him?
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. So cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi.
What the fuck?
Disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Nice. Get the specs too. $1, 93 cents.
The man is still.
Damn. Fucked him up. Yeah, was it just a guy in here? Hey, kitty.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Is unavailable due to strike. Use change." The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Sure, nothing tricky about that.
To get like better muscle memory. Okay.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the unit to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Whatever's hidden
Nice.
is hidden. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Founders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Remember, Leo, Everart's all items on the drawer.
Okay. There we go. Now we're on this roof here. Oh, nice.
Looks like someone left his cloak hanging on the railing here. There is a white rectangle clearly visible on its back. This is your cloak.
Oh.
You can feel it.
Yes, it does bear the RCM insignia, and we are the only detectives in Martinez. The service cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, yes I do.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours.
Nice. Use interact button.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. But the front of this quarterly journal features, to your disappointment, that after rifling, the magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes but like only 4 issues in. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on content,
What do you expect?
you flip back to the front of the magazine. The table.
Alright. Can I interact with that? Collecting rainwater. Can I go this way?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a
If you must. But please hurry.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. It's a black and white photo of a young couple.
Why did you take that picture of René? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets. And you take the painkillers. Then you stand and
Okay, painkillers. Okay, so I could go down here, will I?
interesting control panel with several knobs. Two buttons marked marsh, marsh. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. The rusty control panel grows warm to the touch.
I can't see how that was worth the ruggers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yacht.
Is this like your thing with that wall again? You do? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to interact with containers.
You attempt to turn and to your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. No reply. Why are you even trying?
Because what? Wasn't enough. Now is not the time to get.
Dang it. What the hell's over here now? Is there anything over here? No, the stairs are busted. Oh, nice. It's a lot better. Oh yeah, before I started the stream, I talked to this boat lady and I got $130 from her.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't take too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
Damn.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Like what, mister? Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his... Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. Oh yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brother. The old man whistles and hums.
Bye-bye now.
No, is this the guy right here? How the fuck can I not get up there? Oh, what the fuck?
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Dubois Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
What?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Don't mention it, but also don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right.
What?
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you?
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying?
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of...
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm in extreme...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't...
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every... Your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate. If it...
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's... I don't know what that means, Harry. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is...
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource and...
Smooth talking.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten one thing I want to make. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. If she actually wants to see me, she will find a... Of course, Harry. I have no... Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about... Of course. Let us dispatch... My God, so it's true.
I think the odds of that are very low.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able...
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats. But of course, Harry, your precinct is the 41st and you live in It's Harry. Harry Dubois. And I can work with you, Harry. You're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining Of course I do, Harry. And I'm gonna...
The giant neon sign reading Harry Dubois somewhere in Birova. A beautiful woman.
Ah, this?
I find that very suspicious.
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand.
Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says,
I'm sure it's not that bad. It's worst he has no dark.
Harry, I just know the things that matter. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from... Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Am I going to ask? Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, anyway, I assure... Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man.
before the cargo container.
Fucking move, man.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic. True, I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered a little.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plains. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort? You're dead guy. He was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Of course, I got you. You don't know anything. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Polar weasel? Oh, I know what you mean. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whaling and rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess with him. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big...
Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
We're negotiating our share. Aye. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the come. Sure thing.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Let's talk about our right to work. Honest men and women, we came here to help them.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big? We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. Main gate's locked. We take heavy ordnance. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Yeah, I saw your ballerina moves up there. In a real fight, these acrobatics will get you killed faster than a bullet. You caught him off guard. That only happens once. Now he's alert, standing on a narrow bridge, and my men are tired and hungry. Like civilized folk, you mean?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you...
No! They went a bunch of beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit. He ignores your question. Silence is the answer. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, jamrock, backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
That was easy. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin. Right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask.
I don't really... Uh-huh.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice. The tear machine stands in the corner. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister. A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Here you go, mister. Here you go, mister. No, Frick only sells legal drugs, like the law says. The pale age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive. I mean, I already said it'd hurt you.
Substances give powerful bone. Use medication, like Nosifed and magnesium.
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. The first Smokes platoon. 20 brave souls standing in salute, ready to step into fire for you, sir. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What are you waiting for? Light up. Get a load of this rock and roll cop here, people. Johnny Thundercop fishes a cheap lighter out of his pants. With a flick of the thumb, there's fire. A primal satisfaction. Here we go. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul. A nostalgia for yourself. The man you were in your youth. Johnny Thundercop is back, and he's chill as balls.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect skills. Logic, rhetoric, conceptualization, visual calculus, encyclopedia, and drama. This is good before a white check, but damages your health.
Welcome to it. Do continue, sir. Come on, man. The hooler. It's just a greeting. I know exactly what you meant. You think, but you see, I'm an officer of the RC.
Silence. The air, but your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that fun. God, man. Thanks for that, but no,
he doesn't live in Martinez.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take it.
He's given you the runaround.
It's about biological determinism, natural law. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge, you know. You might want to... I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The science of racial theory has all been people who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe, huh? The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new subrace, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Good. If we, the evening people, pull together, we can form a bulwark against these troubled times. Root out the forces that seek to undermine the well-being of our people.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression remains unchanged, but...
When you said before that you were down with racism, was it meant in earnest, or were you just trying to win his confidence? I suppose that's a relief. Just be careful how often you avail yourself of these techniques.
We know a lie, sire, and it didn't feel like one to us. He chooses to believe them.
And one more thing. As you've seen, these sorts of attitudes are quite common in Martinez, so I expect this to happen again and again. I've had this conversation enough times in my life. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it. How you choose to respond is your business, but be careful. Now,
Hello again, officer. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should...
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. Okay.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words. He looks up at you, then looks. Shrugging is an international sign for no, I don't. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then...
Horse need more vodka?
okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically, and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you. You see heavy steel door. The cobalt blue surface feels rough. The door does not budge.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real. Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Okay, so we gotta find booze and booze it, which...
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The god... Wow. The gods of mass production have made this. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one of you.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following.
Wait, what? I don't want to do that then. If I drink... I thought... Oh, I have to do that. Okay, that's what I needed to do first before. I thought... That's funny as fuck.
Well, hello. Light reflects off the... Wow. The gods... There's a satisfying... A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a...
From the void we came...
There you go. So I had to keep doing that right here, which... Okay, that makes sense. 9.
Hello again, sweetie. Whatever do you mean? Oh, no, no, no. I haven't smoked in years.
She shakes her head. Wait, maybe she knows where you can get cigarettes. You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions.
I'm glad to hear you say it. Smoking can do some... Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rats Cafe? Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol. The new disco dancing, much has changed. Speaking of history, you know what year it is? Yes? You're joking. That's right, dear.
Her relief is palpable. She outside, the melting snow, see.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Nope. Sadly not. Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the tradition, but we should stop for today, sweetie.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. It has something to do with everything. You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. Why, someone more...
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be...
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich?
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central. The worker is in a deep slumber. The worker continues to nap. The door is closed.
$0.34.
The window stands broken. The morning light hurts. The bed is cold.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every...
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, now without the expression. The fan stands still.
I need more money. Yeah, I'll pay my rent now so that way.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love that. Yes? Can I help you? Do I have a
It's not a shaker.
Am I wearing... Am I smiling?
Because he's not a bartender.
That's right. I'm the cafeteria man.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Was there anything else you needed?
Okay, we need money though. I like how I got the alcohol so quick.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershaw. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping, grey sky like great humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers. Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Rivershaw. Your hair isn't. The great gates of the industrial heart. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates. Red and blue metal ship. Elysium, SQUiDzzz, Kuron, a silvery curtain, a traffic jam.
Oh my goodness.
I have a brother in the cut.
To be in Martin, standing in the rain, looking north. In the rain-swept, your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings. Capeside apartments. Hallways collapse from the mortar. A yard. Coalition-era stat.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons. You see a set of tire tracks. There are several footprints in them.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Yeah? The kingdom of the fuck? A mug in the trash? It's, yeah.
Back out and take your fat ass with.
Look at that fucking fuck, does Kuno know?
The lieutenant takes a...
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Fuck does Kuno? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
The trash containers. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. It's just organic, nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but...
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? What are you talking about? I don't know either. You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some have fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
There's nothing more. The container sounds a muffled gong. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong.
Come on. Come on. Kitty.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This right. What more do you need? Below the pathetics? Terror. Do not look into its blue heart. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down.
Aluminium?
Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Okay, kitty. I sneezed all of my stuff here. Thanks.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's
what? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my stick.
Maybe yours will have how many cases? How many years you've been on the force, Ethan?
Any capable light with the right wavelength. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag, they're not exactly. Once in a while, work, strife. It's the middle of March. What do you mean? Is that all?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I prefer a normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting there is. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good to be sorted this out.
The notebook is annual. It says, judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks, too much more. Going back years, decades even. Yes, it appears you employ a, yes, all caps. One is called, the next others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in you like this grimy, murdering. Wish there was one in there about to drug them. you love. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. Why, yes, your precinct number is every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. Harry Dubois still feels like there's something missing from that. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. The mural is enormous. 2 syllable true love is possible. People call it. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lecture. The crew agrees to clean up. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage. You were so drunk you didn't remember what it was. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. The only way for Leslie to stop displaying his genitals and for Burke to stop attacking things would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical, threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing? Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, he must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burke. While trying to kill Burke, you slowly come around. The can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, Who knows? But both drunks are off the which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
I didn't know that, but...
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's... That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. Who knows? Those pages are missing. What? Don't worry. One day, some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. Yes, as you've said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved. No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. Murder. Tum tum tum. At the hookah parlor. Was a case originally assigned to an Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor. All, yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning. All noon. Like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam. He's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
And boom.
Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard. In the back, you see thin thread, then rip them from the bottom. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe these are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear. A dozen pages of thin copy paper. Color of the irises. Predation marks. Condition of sexual organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. It's made of dark blue plastic. Hot. Something rattles inside. Ever permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is the plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. Blue. The blue heart. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the...
Nice.
The 2 sides of the board appear slight. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just... Without resistance or sound, the 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, familiar handwriting. A young woman in her 20s. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter. Throw it away, please. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what?
Detective, is everything alright?
I just lose during all those cases. No way. What? What the fuck just happened? What?
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
What the fuck?
There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on here in the paleo-mammalian core, because it's always there.
What the?
Your name?
It certainly ain't Harry. Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no bloated corpses of the past resurfacing. Don't prod at it. It will start moving again. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecule. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
What the fuck just happened?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive?
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat.
What happened? That does sometimes happen. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool.
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes, you hustle. Oh, yeah, look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. That is the sign of a hustler who never... That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got... It ain't easy. But you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. Sure, sure. Are you rich? Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a MOBO. Why is that? That's right. Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and 98% of all your money.
Wait, what?
Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furious. Lonesome. Long way home.
Oh, I finished that. That's what I finished up. So I was like, what the hell?
Walk past Station 41 and through the market. Past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake. The frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work.
Nice.
That's all you have now.
Perception raised to 5. Good thing I didn't level that up. Nice. There's a quest that we had to finish. Nice. Oh, that was that thing I did on the side here.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. We can pick up where we left it.
We have to find money, though. It's gonna be the problem.
Can I help you?
That's it. We got a lot of stuff done. I thought I game overed earlier, but it wasn't a game over. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I have to reload. Not do any of those cases.
This is the door to the room.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Then
Back up in here, had to go to the baño.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. Well, we didn't even look at the body. And there's still much to do at the crime scene, too. We didn't search it thoroughly enough.
What do you mean?
It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. As for the interviews, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming.
Well, I guess because we needed more intellect and shit to do the inspection. I remember it was like locked or some shit.
Well, we will have to work through that. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. Moving on. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. Yes, the international community's mission in Ravachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. What do they believe in? They are DeLoreans. They believe they continue the humanist project. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not.
Something almost, something ominous, something even a little feminine. But in a strict...
A historic figure? The author...
For you, she is something painful. Though...
Do you? In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially...
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his...
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You're cold, Detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night. You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim stick. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too, but I wouldn't count on any... Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
The bed is cold and not bitter. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost. Something to do with... Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eye...
Do you remember the scent of your child?
Yeah, this is weird. What?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the... You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
What the...
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And you'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time.
Stinky boy.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the time to go to work in the shit factory.
Yeah.
Good going, buddy. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Of course, Martinez is Speed Central. You just gotta poke around. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home.
Alright, chat, we're probably gonna go a little bit here, and then I might play some stuff here with my brother. See what's up there. But I need to go find money or something here.
The door is closed.
Oh, what the fuck?
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union must have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. But aren't you curious to know what
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Okay.
Just a moment.
She's agitated.
And there's no public.
The closest phone booth is down the coast.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday. I was also hoping...
A little missing persons puzzle would just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds.
You have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. But they should have returned.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast...
This will surely lead to a cryptozoon.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes.
It's a pseudo-sire.
That's one opinion, yeah.
She's used to play.
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many...
There's really no point in manipulating anyone.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. And I don't.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Yes. It's the kind green... Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers. Yes, it has amazing indeed. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
Ma'am, you're confusing him.
Please don't misunderstand me, either of you. Human as it is used in those zeolites.
Yes, advantages such as the flakier texture of zeolite Ear 1. Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
He nods approvingly.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin. Well,
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to...
I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm afraid I'm not very good at... We'll be celebrating our 60th by a date we hit it up.
She's skipping over some...
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's...
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Of course, dear.
Alright.
The man ponders his... Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass. There's a little slide panel up there to let some nothing.
Okay, I guess that was just a glitch. That's weird. Okay, so we'll come back and talk to these people. See if this guy has anything to say. Oh, hold on. Yo, I'm live still, but I'm about to pop off to this game. I'm on Disco Elysium. It's kinda weird. But let's see here. I'm gonna try to inspect this body.
Was that? Could it be the Koldamama Dakwa? No, there seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal. Oh no. The sound, no. Too late. It keep your ears peeled then. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth.
Alright, so I already beat the game.
Oh, be what?
Monster Hunter Wild to beat
You feel a great force until a pool of vomit lies under your feet.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. The hangover is clearly making these worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There's the freight nearby. Maybe they have... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a mod...
Oh, that's weird. Get ammonia to cover up the smell.
and at the old style quest list, it's hilarious. Yeah, so I have a charge with us, man. Their weapon that
Nice. Yeah, I got a SWITCH. I'll put mine in SWITCH. Alright, chat, I'm gonna switch games here.
Chippy, you can't have coconut jelly either.
We'll be back here with some Monster Hunter, and then I'll probably be playing more of Disco Elysium and Baldur's Gate and some other ones, but yeah. Get some more of this backlog done and shit. But alright, chat, see you in a bit. Later.